Yo guys, what's good? And in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this Twixtor effect seen on screen right now.
Oh my gosh!
Clip rolled out. It's a T18 clip. Pretty nice. Not too bad. And I have my song. It's the one and only song. It's the latest one and only song. I think it's called I'm Still Dreaming About You. I'm not using the other parts because they're pretty shit. One and only parts is the one and only part is literally the only good part in the song. So I have it synced. If you don't know how to sync, you can just hit M on your keyboard and then mark it to the beat. Then you can drag your clip to when you first see the red points on your shotgun crosshair. So right there. You're not actually gonna need this because for this effect you kind of need Twixtor. Alright, so you're gonna go to the part where the person first pulls out their shotgun after the edit is confirmed. So right here, this is where he pulls out the clip. Then you're gonna want to shorten this because you're gonna be adding Twixtor to this guy. You can go to video effects. If you don't have Twixtor Pro downloaded, I can put a link in the description on how to get it for free. So right here, you're gonna drag on your settings, whatever. You're probably not gonna have the same setting as me. But here are my settings. Go ahead and look at them. You got 20% speed. It's actually supposed to be 60 frame. 57.82 motion sense. I feel like that's the best one. Track quality on best. Flame interp on blend. Warping on inverse. And then your mark segment should be on cut A. This doesn't really matter as long as it's not 0. It should be like, I don't know. I put it to the max. I don't even know what it does, to be honest. But yeah. So once you have those settings, make sure you put 20 speed. If you want to put 30, 30 is a little bit faster, but you know, it's preference. Because I find 30 to be too warpy, but 20 is also warpy. As you can see, it's hella ugly. So I might actually put 30 because 30 is a little bit less warpy than 20, I mean. So what you want to do is you want to put the part right before he shoots his shotgun. You want that part. Oh my god, this is so warpy. You want the part where right before he shoots his shotgun. That's the part you want. So right here is what you want. Then you can just trim the right side because we're going to be adding the rest of the clip without Twixtor because I'm too lazy to keyframe. If you know how to keyframe, good for you. You can keyframe. But if you don't, yeah, just do as I say. After that, you just want to like grab the part of the clip back and you want to go to the part after or like the first frame of him shooting his shotgun. So I'm assuming it'll be somewhere here. So right here, and you want to drag it on and just drag it to the other side. So then it looks something like this. Once I pre-render, it'll like slow down. It should last like anywhere from like a second to 2 seconds, because then after that it's just too much dead time, no flow. You get the vibes. So let this pre-render real quick. Twixtor does take a bit of time to pre-render, considering I don't even edit on an actual PC and on a laptop. Anyways, it should look something like this.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so you kind of want to just take this audio away. Oh, shit, forgot to hit U. Hit U, delete that, and then it looks something like this. And then delete this because it's desynced. I'll add a 200 pump on the side, but you can keep his reaction actually. Just take the pump away.
Oh my gosh!
So it'll be something like that. But we'll add a spaz sound if you don't have one. I'll leave it in the description so you can get it. So yeah. After that, you just want to add your velocity. Just add it from the middle point because this. Just imagine this is the middle point of the velocity, and you kind of just want to add the velocity you add after that. So I go 6 frames to the right, and then I add 50 and make sure that it's fast fade. So just do like this, right click it and fast fade. And then you can kind of, yeah. So it should look like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and now I'm just gonna import my 200 pump spaz clip. Should be downloads. And turn up on spaz right here. You just wanna drag it on, and you wanna move it to the part like right here in the middle of that. I could call it a hill. Yeah, hill, and then drag it so it sounds something like this.
Oh my.
You can lower the volume if you want because it does sound hella loud.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So there you go. It looks something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so the next step in this is to render the Twix part so we can bring it into After Effects. Oh, that's right. You do need After Effects for this. You need After Effects so we can use the Roto brush. You could also just render this and then mask it out yourself. But who does that? Because there's an easier way of doing this. So yeah. We're gonna use the Roto brush because the Roto brush is just better. So I'll come back once I've rendered this part and we will be inside of AE. Alright guys, so now we are inside Adobe After Effects. I'm in Adobe After Effects 2019. Any version above that should be good because it should have the Roto brush as I'm going to show later. So you're going to make a new comp. You can make it any size you want, but just make sure that it's the same frame size as the frame size that you rendered inside of Vegas. So if you did 1920 by 1080, make sure it's 1920 by 1080. If you did 2050-60 by 1440, make sure it's 2050-60 by 1440. And if you did 3840 by 2160, just make sure that it's 2160. So once you make your new comp, I put my background to a green screen so that it's easier to like get the mask once it's done. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to hit File. Once you hit File, you're gonna want to import the little clip that we rendered, the Twixtor part of the clip. So it's right here. Once you get that, you're gonna want to just drag it onto the composition right here, just like that. It'll look something like this, and then you want to drag this blue thing right here that I'm dragging. You want to drag it to the end of the clip so that it fits. So after that, you're just gonna pre-render. Don't worry, it does sound a little bit scary, but it's just gonna repeat itself. So yeah, so once you pre-render that, you can hit pause, and then it'll look like that. So it should just play smoothly. So once you do that, you're gonna go up here. So the top left, there's gonna be a little guy. It says Roto brush tool, drag over foreground, alt drag over background. So just click on him, then double click on the clip, and something's gonna happen. You're gonna want to have this pink tall alpha boundary over him. So yeah, once you get that, you can basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your mouse and you're just gonna draw over where you want the mask to be. So like it'll look something like that. And you want to make sure that the whole guy's body is kind of in there. So just make sure that the mask is precise. If you make an error, you can hit Alt and then draw, and it'll just take the part that you want out. So I'm gonna go 33%, or maybe 50 is good. And you're just gonna want to draw over every part that you want included inside your mask. So if you ever mistake something, just like right here, you just want to hit Alt and just draw over it, and it'll recorrect it. So yeah, just draw over that, make the mask, make it look clean as possible. This is why it's just better to have the Roto brush, because if you were to do this, it would take literally ages. So that's why I prefer the Roto brush for this. Just make sure that it's including every part of his body. Well, I didn't mean to make that sound weird, but yeah. Just go ahead, draw over the spaz, draw over everything, make sure nothing useless is in there. Right here, this shouldn't be here. And then yeah, once you have the good mask, you're gonna drag over to the next frame. If the next frame looks good, something else you can do is you can literally just hit play, and then it'll render it. But I don't like to do that because I feel like I make more mistakes like that. So try to be as precise as possible, because if the mask looks like dog shit, then you're just gonna look like a freaking clown. And that's what I did at first. When I first made the introduction to the effect, I wasn't that good with the roto brush, so it kind of looked like a freaking Roblox character. So unless you want that, just make sure to drag frame by frame, correct every single little mistake, because how precise you are is gonna just influence everybody. So if you have a more precise mask, the effect looks better. If the effect looks better, then you can get more clients with that specific preview or Taj that you're editing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drag frame by frame. Sometimes your Twixtor will get warpy and then it'll just mistake a spaz for a different one. Or like if there's like two guns, I don't know how to explain this, but when it gets warpy, it shows like two different guns. So you just want to make sure that that's not happening and that the roto brush is highlighting the right gun. So that's what we're doing here basically. For the spaz, the gun, it doesn't really matter because for some reason the masking just automatically detects the spaz. When it comes to like him having a second arm or something because of how warpy Twixtor is, just make sure that you're including it. So yeah, I will be back when I finish the mask. Fixed right now and I'm doing the mask. As you can see, this is what I was talking about. You can see right here that there's like two different spazzes because of Twixtor and the fact that it's warpy. So what you want to do is you kind of just want to just draw over the right spaz, and it's gonna look like really messed up, but just try your best to make it as precise as possible. If the roto brush isn't working with you, then don't worry about it, but like try to make sure that it's highlighting the right spaz or just the right layer, because it's gonna do this a lot if you put it at a slow speed. If you use velocity, it doesn't do this, but then once again, velocity just doesn't look as clean as Twixtor, so that's why we're using Twixtor. So just make sure that it looks clean. So like right here, you fixed it, you're good, and you can move on to the next frame. So I'll be back. So the mask is done. Once you finish masking and you think it looks perfect, just go ahead and play and let it render. And then the next thing you want to do after it renders is you want to click on this little red thing right here, change the color to black, and then put the thing to 100%. So it looks something like this. And then it looks something like that. So it looks pretty clean if you ask me. And that's what it's gonna look like. Okay. So I'm gonna quickly save this. You can name it anything you want. I'm gonna just name it Mask Nate. Alright. So after that, you want to click on the composition 1, and it's gonna look something like this. Now you just want to play it and just make sure that it's just rendering. Yeah, this sounds hella scary, but don't worry. Alright, then you can hit M, close everything. Once you do that, you're gonna want to render it because you're done with the mask. So then you want to hit export, add to render queue. You want to click on output mode. You're gonna hit QuickTime, and I'll show you how to get this format to work. This is the MOV format. It's just the best format to export with. Then you want to click on just RGB, and then yeah, you can keep all these, or actually RGB alpha, and then keep pre-multiplied and matted. You're gonna hit OK. You're gonna rename it Mask Nate, and then yeah, you're just gonna render it. It's gonna take 2 seconds since you already pre-rendered it. It's just gonna zoom through. Oh, out of this space. That's not good. Let me fix that real quick and I'll be back. Alright, now I'm not out of this space, so you're just gonna wanna, I'm gonna just do it again. You just wanna export it and hit a lossless thing right here. Click QuickTime, MOV. I'll show you how to fix it if it doesn't work. Hit OK, and then you just wanna hit Mask Nate, or I spelled that wrong, but whatever. And then you're just gonna want to render it. Should zoom through, no problem. There we go. That's the sign you love to hear, and I'll be back once we're in Vegas. Alright guys, so now we're back on Vegas, our lovely software. First thing you want to do, delete this, and then you're going to want to import 3 things. So number 1 thing being the mask that we made in AE, number 2 thing being the Twixtor part of the clip, and then the last thing being the overlay that I'm going to leave in the drive in the description. It's called glow6.mp4, so you're going to want to have that with you. If I can just find it. No, I can't find it. Here it is. So you're gonna want to drag the Twixtor part first, bada beam bada boom, so that it's already rendered and it's not gonna be in the pain in the ass. So you can just drag your effect on there so it should look something like this. Yeah, so we already have that. Then you're gonna want to add an extra track, another extra track. The top track, you're gonna add the add section. If you don't have this, you go here, edible vision button set, you go show all, and you click, and then you should see this right here. Then you're gonna drag your mask that you made in AE. Normally your background should be black. I just have mine a green. I don't know why. Green's a cool color. Delete the audio track because you don't need it. Right click on the mask, go to properties, media, and then go to straight unmatted so that the mask just blends in. Next, you want to drag the preset that I put in the description with the glow. You're going to put the bottom track on the bottom track, pretty obvious. And you're going to drag the top track on the top track like this. Then you're going to go here. You're going to edit the pencil sketch. All the presets are already perfect. And you're just going to add, make it like purple, like light purple, because purple rocks. You're gonna grab the glow, put it on top. Once again, hit U, delete this, delete the audio track, hit insert flame or insert velocity, set to, and then 150%. Drag this on here to the end, then hit your crop, and then you kind of want it to be the effect to always be on this guy. So like right here, it should be here. Then when it starts going crazy, it should be right here. Then when it starts going even crazier to the right, it should be right here. Then when it starts going even crazier to the right, it should be right here. It should always be on him. You kind of just, that's the whole purpose of the effect, is that he's like going, I don't know, freaking insane. He wants to kill this guy. So once you do that, you can close it, you can pre-render it, and then that should be it. That's basically the effect as a whole. If, oh my god, I think I did this. No, it's all right. You can always fix it. I'm just too lazy to do this. So yeah, I gotta go eat anyways. You can just, yep, and then it should look something like this. You can add your ident at the start, and then this should be a pretty good first clip. It should be something like this. And if you want to fix the freaking, like the white bar thing, you can always just do screen instead of that, and it just goes away. I don't know why the add one does it, but the screen one, it makes it so that it's like barely visible. I don't know why, it just looks greener. I know the freaking overlay is kind of messed up, but just fix it. You can use the freaking warp and transform thing and then just track it. But yeah, I'm too lazy. So it looks something like that. And then lastly, just add your shake. Mine goes 3 frames back, so that's why I'm doing this. 1, oh my god. Yeah, just do that. 200, and then just drag any shake on there. I'm gonna use Bixies, and then there you have yourself a clean first kill freaking thing. So yeah, I'm just let that pre-render, and then it should look clean. So there we go. You guys have yourself an effect that you can use on Vegas. Sorry, Premiere Pro. I'm pretty sure Velocity made a tutorial on this, so I'll put it in the description for Premiere Pro.
Oh my god.
But this is for Vegas, so it looks something like this.
Oh my.
I'll play it one more time.
Oh my gosh.
So there we go. That's the effect. You'll also see it at the end when it's fully rendered. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Helps me out a lot. And the like button. Share this with friends. Share this with your editing friend group. Whatever. I don't fucking give a shit. This is just a pretty cool effect that I think I should share. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And this is Rambo. I'm signing out.